When Daniel Carter bought his dream home by the lake, he thought he'd traded the chaos of city life for a slice of serenity. No landlords, no restrictive rules, no homeowners association, just him, his sleek pool, and the freedom to live as he pleased. After years grinding as an architect in Seattle's hustle, he'd escaped to Florida's sun-drenched calm, snagging a corner lot perched on a gentle slope with a stunning lake view. It had space to breathe, a spot where he could toss a football without worrying about denting a car or startling a kid. He jokingly dubbed it Carter's Retreat, though later he'd wonder if the name had jinxed him. The pool was the heart of it, all modern tiles, LED lights that shimmered like a high-end resort, and a deck perfect for quiet nights or casual cookouts. It wasn't just a pool, it was his sanctuary, his reward after decades of hard work. During the purchase, he'd triple-checked everything: plat maps, the deed, zoning reports. No HOA, no meddling committees or petty bylaws. Just his land, his rules. Then she appeared. It was his second week when she strode up his driveway like she owned it all, with a sharp brunette bob, dressed in a pressed blouse and slacks, clutching a clipboard. "Hi, I'm Linda, president of the Lakeside Community HOA," she said brightly, offering a handshake like it was a formal truce. Daniel didn't take it. "Nice to meet you," he replied with a polite smile, "but I'm not part of the HOA." She blinked, stunned, as if he confessed to a crime. "Oh well, all properties on this block fall under our covenant," she insisted. "I'm sure your realtor just forgot to mention it." He held firm. "My title and survey say otherwise. Separate parcel, no HOA." Her smile tightened, barely masking her irritation. "Well, I'm sure you'll still want to be a good neighbor. We have a tradition of sharing amenities like your pool." He laughed, a real belly laugh. "That's not happening." And just like that, the first crack appeared in his peaceful retreat. He figured it was a one-off, a quirky neighbor thing. Maybe Linda got the hint when he shut down her pool-sharing pitch. But a few days later, he found a towel knot his neatly folded on a lounge chair by the pool. Then a stray juice box in the grass. Odd, but he brushed it off, calvibe in the wind or kids passing through. Then came the Saturday morning that shattered his illusions. Sipping coffee on the patio, he heard giggles and splashing. Peering around the corner, he froze. There was Linda, wide-brimmed hat, sunglasses, floral cover-up, lounging by his pool like it was hers. Her grandkids, he guessed, were DIY-ing in. Floaties and pool noodles everywhere, juice boxes littering the deck, and a speaker blaring kiddie tunes. "Excuse me," he called, voice sharp. "What the hell is going on?" Linda glanced up, unruffled. "Oh, Daniel, good morning. I didn't think you'd mind. The kids were desperate to swim, and it's so hot." "I do mind," he shot back. "You're trespassing. You need to leave now." She huffed, rounded up the kids, and stormed off, muttering about selfish newcomers. He spent the next hour fishing soggy snacks out of his filter. It didn't stop there. Over the next week, he caught strangers, 2 women he didn't even know, strolling through his yard with towels. He put up private property signs. The next day, a snarky post-it appeared on his mailbox: "Don't ruin the kids' summer." Then came the flyers, bright yellow, taped everywhere, proclaiming community amenities for all. "Let's keep Lakeside friendly." One even featured a grainy photo of his pool. This wasn't a misunderstanding, it was a calculated push. Linda was waging war to guilt him into submission. She went door to door with petitions, spinning tales. A neighbor stopped him one morning. "Hey, Dan, what's up with the pool? Linda says you're blocking community access." "Blocking?" he replied, incredulous. "It's my yard. It was never communal." He'd had enough. He printed his property survey, laminated it, and nailed it to his gate. Then he called his lawyer. This wasn't just nosy neighbor nonsense, it was a full-on assault. Daniel wasn't one for drama. He preferred a locked gate and a quiet life. But when someone turns your backyard into their personal water park, you fight back. He went all in, motion sensor cameras everywhere, front, back, sides, even the garage where Linda once accidentally hung a banner that blocked his gate. The cameras pinged his phone with every trespass. Next, he hired Ethan Brooks, a lawyer in his 50s who wore Hawaiian shirts and wielded legal jargon like a weapon. Ethan loved property disputes. He called himself the land maverick. They started logging everything: flyers, video clips of Linda's VY sits, her glares at his signs. Then came the drone. It wasn't necessary, but it was satisfying, a high-tech beast with thermal imaging and a patrol mode that circled his yard hourly. He named it Rex. One night, Rex caught two teens, Linda's grandsons. He recognized from her social media, hopping his fence for a swim. Its spotlight hit them, and they bolted, shrieking. Daniel posted the footage online with a dry, "Nice try, guys." Linda pounded on his door the next morning. "Your drone's spying on kids," she snapped. "No," he said coolly. "It's guarding my property from intruders." Big difference. She accused him of hostility, insisting the neighborhood had always shared. "Not my neighborhood," he replied. She stormed off, threatening board action. He reminded Harrigan wasn't under their jurisdiction. She didn't stop. Days later, he caught her measuring his fence with some guy in a vest, claiming it was about easement access. Ethan sent a cease and desist letter and prepped a lawsuit: trespassing, defamation, harassment. The neighbors started splitting. Some avoided him, others gave quiet nods of support. One couple even brought him a peach cobbler, whispering, "We don't like how she's handling this." The tide was turning, but Linda wasn't one to quit. Court day arrived. Daniel stood outside, EVI Denke in hand, calm despite the stakes. Linda had sued him, claiming the pool was a community reliance, based on fake traditions and a forged survey, all in her handwriting. Ethan countersued, and the cases merged. In court, Linda strutted in like a suburban queen, pink suit and all, towing binders and a nervous posse. Her lawyer painted Daniel as a grumpy outsider ruining a tight-knit community. Witnesses claimed his signs upset their pets. Ethan waited, then dropped the bomb. Footage of Linda unlocking his gate, drink in hand, waltzing into his pool. The courtroom chuckled. They rolled out more drone clips. The deed, expert testimony proving his independence. The fake survey was the kicker. Every signature was hers, including one from a guy long gone to Texas. The judge ruled fast. Linda owed Daniel Dulaw $300,000, had to resign from the HOA, retract her lies, and stay off his land. Victory. But Linda didn't fade quietly. The HOA imploded, resignations, outrage, her ousting posted unceremoniously. She refused to pay, clinging to her house despite the debt. Then, a month later, Ethan called, laughing. Linda had been arrested, caught robbing a jewelry store in a ridiculous disguise, toy gun and all, tripped up by her own Prius. Financial desperation, the news said. She went viral, a neighborhood joke. Daniel's life flipped. Neighbors warmed up, brought food, joined him for a barbecue. The pool was his again, peaceful at last. The aftermath settled in. A new HOA formed, laid back and practical, no power trips. Daniel stayed out, but spoke at their first meeting. "I just wanted to swim without a constitutional debate." They laughed. The drone, Rex, became a quirky mascot. Linda faded to a prison cell, her legacy a cautionary tale and a gnome from her heist, now a clubhouse relic dubbed Sir Splash. One evening, a girl appeared at Daniel's gate, drawn by a magic blue path her aunt once described. She walked it, smiling, and Daniel felt it. Not just peace, but a quiet joy rippling outward, free of Linda's shadow. That was enough.